So anchored up here at Brampton, just come into the beach, just for a little late afternoon walk. I'll just go for a toddle along the shore here. Tide's running out, so we can't be too long. I just had to wade out to get my beer that I'd forgotten when we pulled the dinghy out to the anchor. Beautiful. Yeah, maybe we'll pass on the pool swim. Such a shame when you come to these places. There was once upon a time, it was a thriving resort. Now it's just derelict. Another great spot. I can only imagine it in its prime. Never came here, but wouldn't have been terrible. I'm tipping this is the caretaker's house. I wouldn't mind that job. Pretty cool view. Another day comes to a close here at Brampton Island. Just a little bit of swell coming in here on the side of it. Hopefully it won't be too bad, but it's not so bad. There's no breeze. Just hoping for a nice quiet night. Yes, I am recording this time. How was your day, Precious?
Yeah,
Did you have a good day?
It was okay.
It was a nice, pleasant passage today.
Yeah,
It was,
they're just long and boring.
but we put the spinnaker up. That was pretty exciting, wasn't it?
Yeah, and you caught a couple of fish.
And we caught a couple of fish, and we got the miles done.
Saw some whales.
Unfortunately, we did have to do a lot of motoring, so that's cruising. Sometimes the breeze just doesn't do it, but the beautiful thing when it's like that is the ocean's good, so it is pretty pleasant. I don't mind it at all.
What we just found, guys. A goanna. Oh, he's beautiful. So well camouflaged, isn't it? I know. Okay, we need to walk past you, little fella. So how about you just move out of the way? Come on. Let's go. Let's go. That's it, nice and slowly. Thank you. He was probably sunning himself there.
So, Precious, how was your stay at Brampton?
Yeah, it was nice. Did a nice walk yesterday up to the top of the hill, the lookout. It's
Yeah.
very pretty.
Not so pretty today, though, hey?
No.
She's a bit overcast there today.
Yeah.
It's got the usual little cloud over the top of Carlisle Island there. Anyway, we're leaving today, heading over to the Newry group, which we haven't been to before, so it's basically only about 20 miles away. Got all the clears up because it's just started to spit a little bit. We're just coming out into our breeze, so it's only going to be 10 or 12 knots of breeze. Should be a nice little reach across there today. That's the plan anyway. Right?
That's the plan.
Very good. See you, Brampton. Come back another day. Back to our sort of sailing. Bit of reaching. 12 knots of breeze, flat ocean. 6.5 knots of boat speed. Love it. Could be just a bit sunnier though. Got some breeze coming the next few days. I think today's Thursday, Precious. And I think over the weekend, early next week, there's a fair bit of breeze coming, 20-25 knots. So we'll probably work our way up towards Shore Island eventually. Hide in behind there. Got a bit of whale action here. Bit of tail flapping going on. They love the windy weather, the whales. Let's see if I can focus in on it. I'm saying, get away from me. It's crazy how they do that. They just sit there flapping their tails.
It looks like a fairly little tail too, doesn't
I
it?
don't know. It look like a bad sized one. I wouldn't want to be under it. Still going. Looks like a lot of effort, doesn't it? I wonder why they do it. Is it just a... I don't know. Very strange. So we're just on our little final approach into the Newrys. This is outer Newry Island in front. And the anchorage is just behind there. So there's a little gap we're going to go through that's just off the bow. There's a few other islands over on the left here. But basically they're all joined by reefs, so you can't go through there. There's been quite a few whales just around this area too. Had a couple of different pods right in real close here. There's one just up to the north of us now. Anyway, better go back and drive. Seems is getting the deck ready to get the anchor in. Should be there in the next mile or so. It's a pretty cool structure just there. This is Mausoleum Island just here. There's a little anchorage in behind there if you want as well. We might check the one on outer Newry first though, I think. Okay, so here we are in the anchorage at Newry Island, on the inside of outer Newry Island. It's looking across the channel. It's quite a narrow little channel through between the islands here. There's not a lot of gap there. That's looking north up along the coast there. If I come around onto the other side, see where I could fairly close into this little point here. And then there's just a nice little sort of cove here. A couple of trawlers in here. It's always a good sign. It's a nice anchorage. A couple of guys fishing, so hopefully that's a good sign as well. Yeah, it's a cute little spot. Looks like a pretty nice little hangover there under the trees. See if we can just zoom in a little bit there. Yeah, very cool little spot. Okay, so we've left the Newry Islands. Beautiful little stay there. We've just gone out through the passage out to the north there. You see the sandbar just to the right of us up there. Yeah, so basically looks like it's going to be a pretty nice sort of a trip up to Thomas Island we're going to today. So there's our anchorage back in there. Not a bad little spot actually. I wouldn't mind going back there. Spend a bit of time there. A little reef out the front here. Just got to dodge that one on the way back. Yeah, nice little spot. What did you think about that one, Precious?
Yeah, it's a shame it was wet.
Yeah, it was a bit damp yesterday, but we'll come back to there for sure.
Pretty.
Yeah, it's a nice spot. Alright, so off to Thomas. We've got about a 21-mile trip today. But it looks like it's going to be a pretty nice ocean. A little bit bleak out there, but sunny here at the moment, so hopefully it stays that way. So we're getting into our passage a bit here now. Just approaching Ladysmith Island up ahead. Breeze has filled in nicely. We've got about 16, 17 knots there now, so beautiful angle, 120, not much swell. Fabulous sailing. Doing some pretty nice numbers there. Got a little bit of current with us with the run out tide. It's all happy days. So basically, we just got to skim around Ladysmith Island here, and we're heading up here to Thomas Island. So not too far to go now. That little turning point's only about 4 miles away. And then we've probably got another 4 after that, something like that, up to Thomas. Pretty good. A little bit of blue sky about, but not much. It's a little bit overcast, but so far it hasn't rained on us, which is good. We've actually just attended a funeral, didn't we, Precious? Our beautiful friend Joan passed away, so unfortunately we couldn't be there at the funeral, but we got to watch it online, which was it was actually a really good service, wasn't it?
Yeah, always sad.
It is a sad thing, but anyway, onwards we go. So this is Hammer Island, we're just going past here. And then this point up here is on Blacksmith Island. And then up ahead, it's a little bit harder to see there, but over the top of the jerry cans is Thomas Island, where we're headed now. Just beautiful sailing today, but conditions are fabulous. About 16 knots, 17 knots of breeze, no swell, or a tiny bit of swell. Just coming across our starboard quarter a bit. Just charging along, doing 7s and 8s. Eating up the miles. A bit more blue sky would be nice, but it's trying. Love seeing those 8s. You can see we've got a little bit of current with us as well. The speed over the ground's a bit higher than the speed through the water, which is good. And it looks like our friends on Skylark are already up at Thomas there, so cool, catch up with them again. Where's Precious, you ask? Yep, in her spot. So that's the end of Blacksmith Island there, with Hammer Island on the right. And it's up, looking up towards Goldsmith up in the distance up there. And this is Anchorsmith Island just here. All the islands around here are some sort of Smith Islands. back for a sec. Where is he?
He's caught on
Keep coming away.
Which way am I going? Left or right?
Keep going left. Just keep going left for a second. Pretty close. I think. Must have walked all into him.
You wanted a fish?
Yeah, maybe not one quite this big, but come on. As soon as we turn downwind, but it gets to
Yeah, I'll go back up again.
yeah, just try and lose your speed again. Can you just let the main street off now? Oh, it's big back here. Is it? Oh, it's a tuna. I think. Tuna.
It must be a big one. Look at the rod bending. Huh?
Big northern blue too.
Huh?
Big northern bluefin too.
Are we keeping it?
Yeah.
Well, you got your gaff? What do you want? Do you want me to try and gaff it?
No, you're right. Just gonna get him up a little bit more. He's a good fish.
It's enormous!
Check this one out. Beautiful tuna. He was a bit of a mission though. We're sailing along with full sails up, doing about 7.5, 8 knots. We just got around the back, the sort of western side of Thomas Island here and hooked this guy up. And man, didn't he give us some curry. Got under the boat a couple of times and around the rudder, and anyway, did a good job. Sam steered, just kept pumping away at him, and eventually we got him up. So yeah, nice. So we've left Thomas Island. It was just a little bit rolly there, and we're heading now over towards Burning Point at Shore Island. But we're just got to go around the outside here of Platypus Rock, and if you look really carefully in the water right next to the marker, you'll see a whale there. The rock itself looks like a whale, but there he is, just going past the rock there now. Oh, there's two, it's 3 of them. Cool.
There's 3 of them. But shit, they're actually heading this way.
There we are. There's 3 of them there. 2 big ones and a little bubba. There's 2 of the big ones and the little bubby just stuck his head up. Just loitering around Platypus Rock there. Very cool. There's the marker on Platypus Rock. Gotta love seeing whales. Never get sick of it. Gonna get a flipper flap. There we go, that's Burning Point back there on the sort of inner tip of Shore Island. Quite a few boats in here. Got a little bit of a blow coming up, so everyone knows this is a pretty good spot to come to ride it out. We might see if we can get away from the crowd here, because they all look like they're sitting in that little bit of a dip in the hill up ahead here. Okay, just got our first fish for the afternoon. Some sort of little trevally. It's not a real big one, but he's the first, so more to come hopefully. He's a pretty little fish, but I don't know what sort of trevally that is. Very round nose. I'll have to look him up, see what he is. Anyway, he's going back in. See ya. This is my favourite time of the day to have a bit of a fish. Last hour of light, beautiful. It's Lindeman Island over there in the distance. Just looking up the channel between Lindeman and Shore Island here. Just very, very comfortable place to anchor here in a blow at Shore Island. And the fishing's usually pretty good too. Yeah, little sharky. Get him off.
What sort is he?
I don't know. That's pliers there. Let's get this hook out of him. Get him on his way.
Off he goes.
Up having a fish again this morning. And what have we got here? Let's have a look. For these things, I'm not sure what it is, but they're a very pretty little fish, this one. Sam reckons it's a rainbow fish, but I'm not so convinced. Anyway, it's going back in. Got this one very determined seagull here. I've shooed this guy off about 4 times and he just keeps hanging around. I suspect it's because I've got a bucket of bait sitting on the side deck and he's just waiting for me to leave. But he's not taking no for an answer. There we go, so I'll do a lap around. And then back he comes. He likes it, he likes that spot. I don't know what it is, but anyway, good luck to him. He's persistent. Here he comes, back again. Good on you, mate. I might just let you sit there then. So sitting in here at Shore Island, just waiting for a bit of a blow to come through. It's supposed to come in a couple of days into 20 to 30 knots, so we just anchored up here in a nice little protected area, out of the swell, which is how we like it. We don't like too much rolling around. Yeah, it's a beautiful spot though here at Shore Island. Plenty of beaches to pick from. Which beach do you want? There's probably a dozen beaches along here. You can have one to yourself. Just looking across there towards Lindeman Island. Got the fishing rod out. hoping for something worthwhile. Got sharked a minute ago, I suspect. Come up and there was nothing left on there. A little bit of blue sky today still, but you can just feel the breeze starting to fill in a little bit. So yeah, pretty quiet day. Pumpkin's about to make some bread, I think. Do a bit of editing downstairs and just generally relax. Nice spot here at Shore Island. Super protected. Great place to ride a blowout. You can see here how we tie off our main halyard when we're at anchor. We try and pull it right back away from the mast. We don't necessarily unhook it off the sail because it is up pretty high. It's a little bit of a pain, but we just pull it back through a little hook here. It's got a little light lanyard around there because it's a lot easier to get the clip through rather than trying to force that big main halyard through the hook, damaging it. Otherwise we just try and lash everything down so it's nice and quiet. We've got our preventer just tied off up here. That's basically just like a flag halyard that's there, so we tie that away from anything. Try not to have anything metal against metal, just to make sure everything's tied up nice and firmly. Got the pole all wrapped up here. You can see the try and have all these sheets, all the up hauls and down haul bridles pulled in nice and tight. We don't want to see things banging around like that through the night, so just get it all snug down nice and firm, and it makes for a nice quiet night. Our boat hook has a bit of a habit of wobbling around in the breeze, so Sam's just got that tied up nice and firmly down the bottom there. Wind generator's cranking away there. Doesn't do a bad job when there's no sun. The sun takes over well and truly when the sun's out. The solar smashes our charging, but when the sun's not out, it does struggle a little bit more to charge, so the wind generator comes into its own there. Sometimes we'll shut it off through the day. It is a little bit noisy. It's I suspect just the bearings. It's sort of an old looking unit, so I suspect the bearings are just a little bit tired in it. It's a little bit noisy. It's not terrible, but we do shut it off sometimes. We put a little brake in downstairs so that we can just flick it on and off easily. Yeah, it's good little arrangement. We really rarely ever have to do any charging off the gen set or off the motor. We haven't had to do much charging with the gen set at all, really. We put it on the other night for a little while. Had a pretty overcast day and we didn't motor anywhere. And yeah, the sun wasn't out, so that was only the wind doing the job, and it wasn't a very windy day, so we got down to about 60% there on our batteries and put the genset on for a while. Most of the time we run the genset just so we can get a bit of hot water, to be honest. Yeah, it's a good setup. We're loving this new boat. It's been working really well for us. Got a couple of little idiosyncrasies. Off in the dinghy this morning, I'm going to head into the beach. Problem is, which beach do we go to? There's quite a selection. I'm actually going to have a look down just behind Precious's head there, at that beach. There's a little reef running along here and I just want to check it out. It looks like on the satellite charts, it looks like there's a bit of an indentation right up near this beach. It might be a good little spot to anchor as well, so just going to have a little look at that. Just got the little sounder going in my dinghy here, so we can just suss it out on the way in, see how it looks. Get Precious up there doing her scouring of the beach, looking for plastic, shells. A new boat in the anchorage just turned up. Yeah, nice day to hit the beach, get off the boat for a while. Been a few days. Been stuck on there, so. There's Precious up there doing her beach combing, plastic and shells, all sorts of stuff.
bad. My favourite things here. I tried to pick it up, but he's definitely dead. Oh, poor thing.
So we've just moved beaches. The other one was a little bit sort of windy over there, and it's kind of cross shore, and we're struggling to get the anchor on the dinghy to bite. Very hard, sort of just a little bit of sand. I don't know if it's that coffee rock under there, but very hard. So we've moved a couple of beaches further to the sort of west. Got this one little beach all to ourselves here again. It's a much smaller beach, but it's a little bit sandier. Out where the anchor is, actually a little bit muddy sand, so it's pretty cool. Don't you film me? Tough day at the office today. Now it won't blow, you watch. Well, this is interesting. This hook here had a little soft plastic squid, probably about that long on it. And I just had it out the back of the boat, just dangling around, jiggling up and down in this little bit of chop. And I just noticed then that the line seemed to be a long way away from where I had it. So I've wound it in, and this is what I've brought in. This is a circle hook that someone would use, for example, if they were game fishing. They usually use this bit of plastic coating, and then there's a double line there, and it's probably some sort of a dropper rig that's been organised. So I wonder whether this has been, my squid's been taken by a shark or something of the sorts, and my hook has hooked onto the hook in the shark, pulled the hook out of the shark, and left it attached to my hook. That is just weird. The things you see sometimes when you're fishing. Breeze hasn't really dropped much. She's still smoking. We've only got another week of it too. Oh well. It's topped out so far. 31.7 knots. Top wind speed in the last probably 12 hours. So the end of another windy day up here. We're still hanging out here at Shore Island. Breeze has maybe settled a little bit today, but it's probably dropped to 25 knots now. But it's just the way it is sometimes. We got to pay the piper for the good days. So anyway, have a sundowner, and hopefully tomorrow we might be underway, heading a little further north, right up into the main part of the Whitsundays. Let's see how that works out.